Welcome to Radiant Reiki with Carol. My name is Carol and this channel is about all things spiritual. Today, Spirit wanted me to talk to you about inviting the angels in to your life on a daily basis, not just in times of crisis. They want to be involved on a day-to-day basis with you. They love to hang out with you with whatever you're doing, and you invite them, they'll come. So, for example, you might invite them to go with you shopping, right? So when I invite them to come in shopping, I go, hey, point me to the deals today. I want to see lots of good deals. And they will. They'll help you find the places to go. They'll guide you, go over here, go over there. They love to help you with deals. It's so fun. When you drive there, you can ask them to help you find a really good parking place right out front and just give them a little bit of notice. And you'll find that when you get there, you probably don't have to go more than once or twice around before you'll find one. Somebody will just be pulling out and it'll be your turn to go in. You can thank them for that. But if you don't get one right out in front, it could be that they're still working on your behalf, because maybe they'll have you park in front of a different place, but there's something important about that place. Maybe there's something you've been looking for that's in that store, or something like one time they put me in front of, I was looking for one in front of this restaurant, and instead they put me in front of this yoga studio. Well, I didn't notice the yoga studio during the daylight, but when I came back to my car, it was all lit up inside. And I went, oh my gosh, it's a yoga studio that has these cool ways that you can hang from the rafters and that kind of thing. It's the strap wall is what it's called. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I've been wanting to find a yoga studio like that. Well, there I was, right? So you never know. Take a look. There might be something important about that too. But invite them into other things too, like I invite them to come with me to jazzercise. And then, I do that because I'm like, hey, come dance with me, because maybe they haven't danced for a while, right? I don't know what they're doing over there. So I invite them to come to jazzercise. And then what happens is I end up getting messages for my life while I'm jazzercising. It's just the coolest thing. So I can tell they're there with me the whole time. Another thing I might do is I might invite them in with me when I go to an event. So if I go to a party, or I go to a situation where there's going to be lots of people, or any kind of event that you might go to, and I say, hey, angels, come with me, help guide me to whoever I should be talking to at this event, this party, this whatever. Who should I be talking to? And help guide me to the right people for my highest good. So sometimes they'll guide people to me for my highest good, so that maybe there's somebody that I need to connect with for some reason. Or I can ask them to use me, and then they will use me to say something to someone else. So I have a cool synchronistic, I have two of them. First of all, just yesterday I had a cool synchronicity happen, or God story, either one, same thing, where something interesting happens that you don't expect. It's like a coincidence, but it's more than that. And it's always by the angels. There is no coincidence. So I was looking at this place for an event I'm going to be having that's coming up soon. I'll be telling you about that later. So I was looking at this person's backyard where we're going to have the event, to try to figure out where to put all the chairs and that kind of thing. So I had met this woman at a psychic fair. So I get to her house and I walk in, and whoa, I have been to this house before. Isn't that crazy? So I walk in and I'm like, whoa, I've been here before. And then I remember it was for Reverend Millie's birthday. Reverend Millie was a wonderful pastor. She's passed now. She was a wonderful pastor at Fraternal Spiritualist Church years ago. And this party was when I first started with the church, I remember, because I didn't know very many people. So this lady knew Reverend Millie too, and I didn't realize she knew Reverend Millie. We had met at a different location that had nothing to do with this Fraternal Spiritualist Church, right? So I didn't know that she was involved with Reverend Millie too. So here I am at her house, and I'm like, wow, you knew Reverend Millie? And she said, oh yeah. So, you know, I'm pretty sure Reverend Millie had something to do with Danette and myself getting together so that I could use her backyard for my event. You know, Millie knew that I needed somebody's backyard, so she turned me on to her for that event. Isn't that cool? So that's a cool synchronicity. And the more you notice the synchronicities like that the angels are bringing you, the more they give to you, because they go, oh, she likes this stuff. So she'll, you know, the feathers in your way or the coins in your path, all those kinds of things will start coming the more you notice them, right? The other thing that happened when I asked the angels to use me one day at this place where I go watch football, and this man came and sat next to me, and we were talking about football and stuff, you know, nothing big. And then I don't know how it got onto it, but his mom had passed not too long ago, and he was talking about how wise his mother was and how he hears her voice sometimes in his head for doing you know, all the things that he should be doing that are the right things to do in life for his highest good. And so I asked her name, and then he told me, and I could feel her presence right then. And I'm like, whoa, they're using me here, right? So I asked him, I told him that I could feel her presence, and he said, I can too. And so that was really cool. So that showed me that he's open to spirituality if he could feel her presence too. So then we started talking about different aspects of spirituality. And I think that I was supposed to be there for him to share with him some of those things that I know about spirituality. So who knows, there might be more to come, because I've seen him since then a couple of times, but I made a new friend in any case, which is nice. So it's cool to ask the angels to use you, and you'll be surprised at who you'll end up talking to and why. And it won't be a coincidence, trust me, right? So another way they sometimes use me is because I have a high vibration. They might want to put me with people who don't have as high a vibration so that I can bring their vibration up. Just by being with me, it brings their vibration up. So ways to keep so they may use you in that way, but ways to keep your vibration up is by being, you know, by meditation, you know, getting a Reiki session, or even being in nature, gardening. All those things can bring your vibration up. And the higher your vibration is, the more you're able to communicate with your angels, right? So your angels want you to hear them and hear their guidance, and they want you to know that they're there with you, but it's kind of hard if you don't have a high enough vibration. So if you keep your vibration up by hanging out with high vibe people, or doing meditation, Reiki, being in nature, those kinds of things, that'll also help, right? Singing, any kind of music, dancing, like my jazzercise totally brings up my vibration. Any kind of, and yoga, of course, that's going to bring it up too, right? So music is really wonderful to bring up your vibration as well. So there's so many wonderful things that can happen when you invite the angels into your daily life. You can get good parking spots. You can meet people that you've never met before that might be helpful in your life. and you might even get a great deal at a store. So invite them in and see what happens, okay? Great. Okay, the other thing I want to talk to you about is my event that's coming up. My partner and I are putting on this really cool music and speaking event called Spiritual Practices for Successful Relationships. So whether you're in a relationship or whether you're trying to manifest a relationship for the future, either one, this is for you. So it's going to be, you're going to learn spiritual practices to use in a relationship, a future relationship, or in the current one. You're going to learn how to manifest together, which is super powerful. And you're going to learn about how to keep a spark alive in a relationship, and many more things. So, and there'll be music, it'll be a lot of fun. So if you're interested, the first one's going to be October 19th, which is a Saturday morning, 10:30 to noon, here in the San Diego area, in Santee. It's donation only. So if you're interested in that, I will have a workbook with all the information that I'm going to be talking about, and that'll be available for $15. So you'll get a lot of wonderful things at this thing. So if you're interested, email me at radiantreikiwithcarol@gmail.com and let me know if you can make it so that I can have your spot ready for you, okay? In love and light, I'll see you next time.